Right. Let's see, first and foremost, if you guys can hear me. Let me do that first. I'm getting everything set up real quick because it's going to friggin' rain, man. I mean, it's really going to rain. It's going to pour like a mofo, man. So, you crooked like my eye, motherfucker. Crooked like my eye. Let me know if you all can see and hear very well. I'm trying to set this up real quick so I don't have to, set it and forget it. That's an old fucking commercial. So you guys let me know. Say, yo, I can see that shit. I can hear that shit. I can hear it all. Okay. All right. Let me go get my coffee. Let me get my coffee. All right. Put my coffee in here for 30 seconds. Give me a second. You guys can probably hear me. All right. Hey, you. Nicolette, come here. Get in there. Sorry, Sir Nicolette on. You cannot be let loose alone. So, unfortunately, I have my daughter's dog. And homeboy cannot be left alone. So let's see. Once the coffee's done, I'll go outside, see how you all are doing. Again, let me know. I'll take a look and see if you guys can hear me. All right. And there you go. My coffee, and let's go in here. All right, so let me first begin, and then to say thank you all for coming in. Let's see, can you all hear me? At least somebody let me know. Can you all hear me? Because it'd be a waste. Let me see. Because it'd be a waste. There you go. You can hear me. So you don't want to answer, that's fine. So listen. So I've been sitting back, right? Getting all my stuff ready. I have an appointment on Wednesday. Getting everything ready, ordered my packages. I got my backpack. I'm sending a box to the Philippines and getting everything ready. And I couldn't help but watch some of these videos. And some of these are recent videos, man. A lot of these are recent videos. In regards to, you got to understand, man. If you're 40 plus years old, and this is the godforsaken truth, man. You're 40 plus years old, okay? And you are going to another country, okay? When you go to this country, you feel the need. I don't know why this is even a discussion. And you guys go over there and you get all shafted, okay? With the culture, and I didn't understand the culture, and you go out there. Guys, this is like beating a dead horse, but I like to talk about it at certain times. I'm going to tell you, man, I learned something this weekend, and I'm not going to tell you who. I was on a little vacation, because it's not just one woman that I know. There was this young lady on vacation, and she left Friday. It was somebody's birthday, and come to find out, to make a long story short, a lot of what she says, a lot of these foreigners should be paying attention to, is exactly what she was doing. And luckily, everyone's always like, well, Nico can come all the way over here to this country, flying circuses in the freaking house. Love his videos. I love his videos and the makeup crew. I'm going to tell you something that a lot of you foreigners don't want to hear. Listen, I understand firsthand when my kids ended up getting older and they left the house, okay? I got lonely, man, you know? I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, you know, some people say be careful. And again, friends, not some people, friends tell me, Nico, be careful what you say because a lot of this can come bite you back in the ass. And I said, well, the only thing that can really come bite me in the ass is a lie, okay? So I said to myself, why shouldn't I say what I want to say? Just because some people think, and again, justifiably so. Okay, justifiably so. Let me just make something clear. If it's true, then you have nothing to worry about. It can come back and bite you in the ass 30 fucking times, okay? But a lot of you guys go over there because you're fucking lonely, okay? All of a sudden, you think it's going to be champagne wishes and caviar dreams, okay? You go over there, you end up sticking your dick in the first fucking Filipina that you see, that you met at a bar, or that somebody introduced you to, or the barangay chief knows your brother, this and that, whatever, okay? I'm not saying you guys can't do that. So that's another thing that I'm going to stop saying. This is the shit that I've seen and I've experienced, okay? Most of the people that attack you in the genre are the people that are beneath you. Remember that, okay? When you start giving a shit about what these people say, okay, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a little story, too. I'm going to tell you something about a young lady that I know that I've known for like, I'm going to say about maybe 10 or 15 years, maybe longer. I can only tell you she lives in Texas. And I can tell you that she called me, okay? This is just being fair across the board. And she was talking to me, and she was telling me how she's getting a divorce. She found out that her man's cheating, and I told her. I said, listen, I don't want to be that guy that says I told you so, but I fucking told you so. Now, I don't want to be that guy. But you know what she said to me? She goes, you know, Nico, outside of all this social media shit and outside all this other stuff that's fake and it's fun to have fun. It's fun to joke on people. But I can always talk to you because even though it may hurt my feelings, you are the kind of person that when you say something, you can take it as well as you can dish it. Now, the reason I don't get it dished on, people, of course, are going to talk shit about me and they're going to say things about me that either they invent or they heard a little bit of what I said and then they invented more. Once you start giving a shit, and the point of this is once you start giving a shit about what other people think about you, you've already lost the battle. You've already lost. Now, a lot of these guys, they go over there all fucking lonely. They stick their dick in. All of a sudden, they turn around and then they start blaming the Filipina. Now, I know I've had this discussion before, but the reason I put the title Champagne Wishes is because a lot of these guys, when it doesn't happen to them, they glorify themselves. They sit out there. I've been watching all these videos. It's impossible. I'm serious as hell. It is impossible for me to believe that a lot of you guys are falling for this shit fucking hand over a fucking fist. You know, there is no pussy that's worth this much fucking headache, man. How in the hell? Now, some people say, well, you know, these guys are 65 years old. These guys are... Let me tell you something, man. When I hit 65, the last thing I want to do is throw fucking money at a woman that's fucking 25 years old and say, she loves me. She really, really loves me. No, she loves the fact that you can take care of her. But what can you really fucking offer her besides fucking a little bit of Viagra in your fucking penis and financial stability? Now, that could be enough, but that's not the point of this. The point is then when it goes fucking sour, okay, all of a sudden everybody's saying it's the Filipinos' fault. It's the girl from Thailand, Vietnamese girl's fault. It's the Puerto Rican. It's the black girl. It's the white girl. It's everybody else's fault. Listen, guys, I refuse to believe that there's no fucking way that these guys don't know that they've gotten to the point, okay, where where you don't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you can sit there and tell me and say, I didn't know that. Hold on. See, it's working good as long as it's working. Okay, there's no way you can sit there and tell me that you didn't see this coming. Now I'm getting ready to head to Asia, okay? And then I was talking to Big E, and I said, and I've been talking to Flying Circus, and of course, Popeye and a few of the other guys on the outside. But I'm going to go somewhere, a few places before I go to the Philippines. And I had talked to them, and they were like, "Yo, man, let me tell you, man, this Philippine stuff is getting fucking old." This is what I've been saying for years. A lot of these characters that they came on the thing, they're all a bunch of has-beens. And they come in, they blow a lot of fucking fuss in the air, get you all excited. And a lot of you guys are so goddamn lonely, you fucking feed into it hand over fist. A lot of these people would have already been forgotten if you just left them alone. Once these guys go over there and they start getting a taste of like, oh, no, well, I guess the province wasn't what it was cut out to be. Oh, well, I guess now all of a sudden you realize that the Filipinas sucking you dry. Listen, I don't blame the girl. This is old saying, and it's pretty old, and I'm surprised that some of you old fucks don't hear it a lot. Still don't hear it enough. You don't surround yourself with people that are freaking honest to you. That's the first thing. But it's called don't hate the hustler, hate the game. Okay? You can't hate the woman for hustling. She wants more than where she is. She wants better than where she's at. And if you think that you're not the means to the end, you're a fucking moron. Now, what am I doing? I'm sitting here and I don't give a flying rat's fuck what people think of me. That's what I told the young lady in Texas. You got to give enough shit about yourself before you say. The thing was, she wears a heart on her sleeve. Okay? And she gave more to him than she'd ever given to herself. And the thing is, she deserves a guy that's going to be there for her. Vice versa. A good man deserves a good woman. The problem is you're going over there and you're fucking all these women. That's great if that's what you want. But you think you're going to get the fucking diamond in the rough by fucking. I don't believe that you can find just as good a woman in the province as you can in the city. I believe you're going to find a good woman where you find her. Now, is there a high percentage? Well, I mean, there's going to be more in the province areas because everything is connected, and you're going to have a higher possibility of finding more on the outside of the city if you want to consider that the province. But the province, as I was standing corrected, I'd had a confusion what a province is, area. So the province is not another town. Province is in the mountains. You're shitting in a fucking hole. You're fucking. I mean, you're out there, man. You're in the fucking mountains, man. You're in the woods, man. All right. My point is that they don't even give time. They don't even give each other fucking time. That is the biggest thing. How do you think you met somebody, the woman of your dreams? I see this guy, okay, and I'm calling it for what it is. Let's just say it's a guy, because I don't care if he's black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican. I don't give a fuck, okay? There's this guy. He's 65 years old. He has a Filipina that's 22 years old. He said, age is not a number. No, the fuck it ain't, bro. No, the fuck it ain't. Age is not just a number. Okay, let me tell you something. I understand that a 65-year-old man deserves as much love in his life than a 75, 85, 55, 45. Bro, there's a limit to shit. Now, if all this shit runs to shit, where do you think the blame's gonna go? It's going to end up hitting the poor Filipina. No, it's not the poor Filipina. The Filipina knew exactly the sucker that was coming off that plane. She knew the sucker that was coming in. You see what I'm saying? That is the sad part. Now, people say, well, when I go to the Philippines, people say, well, Nico, who gives you the right? Let me tell you something. I'm not gay, number two. I sleep with plenty of fucking women. Now, is that something to be proud of? I mean, it depends who you ask. Some of you guys got to go out there paying for that shit. I don't pay for fucking pussy. The only thing I pay is for maybe dinner. So technically, yeah, I mean, I talked to Popeye and I said, technically, I'm paying for it because I pay for dinner. I pay for the drinks. I pay for, hanging out together because I invited. That's what a gentleman does. If I invite, if she invites, she's paying. Everyone's like, no. Let me tell you something. I have hung out with Filipinas that when they invite me out, I have gone to places. Now, of course, I'm as much Filipino as the next Filipino. I like to eat in the barbecue. I like to go. I'm very minimal. I don't need a lot of this stuff. So it makes me laugh how some of these guys go over there and they're just dumping. No, listen, they're not just spending, they're dumping fucking money. And then they want to educate you saying, well, this is how much the monthly cost me and my girl, my 22-year-old girlfriend. Let me tell you something. If you want to live your life all over again, then do you, boo-boo. Do you. But I have seen some fucking wreckage, man. And a lot of you guys don't ever pay attention to the fucking culture, how it really works. You know, you guys want to strong arm these women. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys, not all of you. I'm not generalizing. It's a lot of you guys. You guys want to strong arm these women. You want to go over there and say, well, you ain't sending money back. No. Let me tell you something, man. The moment you start having to tell your partner what she can and cannot do, you're strong arming her. You know what I mean? That is not a relationship. That's a control factor. That you are in control now. Let me tell you something. Another thing. These women that I talk to, a lot of them that I hang out with, they really want a relationship. And I'm the one that doesn't want it. Why don't I want it? Because I cannot provide for them what they want. If I were to get married with a Filipina or a woman from Thailand or a woman from Vietnam, number one is I would like her to I'm pretty sure she's going to be like 30 years old, 35. I'm 50 years old, so I can drop down between 25 and 35 years old. You know, and everyone's like, what's the difference between a 65-year-old? Let me tell you something. I don't look like a freaking 65-year-old guy, and I'm not dead at 50. And to me, 25, 30, I'd say 30 would be my right there. You know what I mean? If I met a 26-year-old girl and she's got her shit together, I mean, if she's just sitting at home fucking popping out kids like Tic Tacs, of course, that's not the one I want. But my point is, I would want her to come here. I want her to continue to study. I want her to get her education. I want her to feel for herself. Now, if she's only coming here, if there's an understanding, then I understand. Okay, you want to come over here? Hey, you do your part, I do my part. You want to send all your shit to... Do not... See, I would not marry a woman. If I had brought her here, I would not marry a woman that I had to tell her, do not send your money to your family and get sucked out. No. Listen, there's plenty of women in the Philippines and in Asia that are well put together. They're not there to fucking have you fucking support their whole family. She can do that on her own and help you in the process. You know, a lot of you guys, you bring these women over here and then you put them in the fucking house and then you're like, be the housewife. But then yet you don't want to take responsibility because that's her culture. Her culture is to take care of her mom and dad. And then when you have to do it, you guys are out there you guys are out there friggin' what's it called? You guys are out there friggin' condemning them. Well, that's not why I married you. And then you wonder why it fails. Let me tell you something. Any man, I see all these foreigners going over there and fucking dropping $100,000, $200,000 on a house. I see these foreigners going over there with 22-year-old women with freaking being 60, 65. Listen, if you ain't got your dick wet over here in 15, 20 years because you got 13 divorces, 14 bankruptcies, or whatever the hell you want, that's all right, man. Do it. But then when you start dragging these poor women, and I call them poor women because it's exactly what, for the high percentage, that's exactly what they are. And then you feel, hey, I can save them. And then when you can't, when you realize what you got yourself into, now you can't get out of it. Because why? Because you invested so much freaking money, not effort, money into it. And then all of a sudden it's everybody else's fault but your own. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. I could see something happening. And I was like, let me do something real quick. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm getting ready to go again. And everyone's like, where are you going? I got some plans. Okay. Number one, I got some plans. I got some plans of what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if I'm going to be spending all my time in Asia. I think I'm going to split it. I think, I can go for a couple of years, unless there's an emergency in my house, my mother, my kids or something, even though they're older, but they, I'm still the man of the house, regardless of how old I am, regardless of what's going on in their life. I'm still the man of the house. I'm the father, So my goal is to go and come back. And when I come back this time, I'm not going to be returned. I'm not going to be like taking more trips. Again, after that. So I should be going, but I'm thinking I'm going to split it between Asia and South America is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to tell you, man, I've never been scammed People have tried to scam me. People have tried to ask me for money. Respectively, respectively, I decline. I don't get involved in this. Sometimes, riding around the solo world is not a bad thing. If you meet a good woman, treat her right. At least fucking treat her right. You're still a fucking man. You're not the man. You're a man. And treat her right, man. If it doesn't work out, at least let her. Let me tell you, some of these women are not fucking stupid. They're not stupid. You treat them like they're stupid, so they're gonna play stupid because you're giving them money. You're taking care of them, man. They're not gonna bite the hand that feeds them. But a lot of you guys, everyone's like, Nico, how do you listen, when I went to Colombia, I was always with 4 or 5 women. Now, was I fucking them all? Of course I wasn't fucking them all. Was I fucking a percentage? Of course I was. I'm a guy. I'm single. I go out there and have fun. But can they all come back and tell you that I didn't respect them? Not one can ever come back and tell you, no, he's definitely a gentleman. He treats me really good. It just seems, we just happen to be better friends. Boom. When I went to the Philippines, every time I go to the Philippines, man, there's 3, maybe 4. I think the 5th one's always working OFW. And every woman that you meet is not a fuck buddy, man. Every woman that you meet is a potential friend, and anything can grow from it. Right now, I've been single for a long time. So no, it's not because I can't find anybody. It's because it's a personal choice. It's a personal choice, man. I don't want to go out there and freaking lie to these women, I talk to women in social media, outside of social media. Maybe the problem is me, maybe the reason I don't commit is because I don't know how. But see, as a man, you got to know and admit to, I'd rather hang out with them and see where it goes. Now, if I don't get no ass from nobody, then I don't need the ass, man. I can get ass. I can go to any country. I can get ass here. I can go down to Tampa, spend the fucking weekend and get some ass. I can go to St. Petersburg. I can hang out. Like, I can go anywhere. It's not hard when you know what the hell you're doing. A lot of these guys are so lonely. They have no game. They have to pay for it. And again, that's your money. That's your prerogative. But see, the same ones that pay for it are the same ones that are saying, all these women in the Philippines, these women in Asia just fucking suck. You know what I mean? And like me and Lost, we were talking, and Lost tells me that, a lot of these people, they're lost themselves. They really are. They really are lost themselves. And they pretend that they can go to another country and all their problems are going to be gone. No. I mean, they're not going to be gone. You're just putting a Band-Aid on them. Why can't you just be like a 50, 60, 70-year-old guy and just go say, you know what, I just want to relax my last years and just have fun? Why are you going to drag? And again, I'm not excluding the woman from having any responsibility. If she knows how to hustle you and she hustles you good, then you gotta hate the game. You can't hate, you gotta hate the hustle, not the hustler, man. Because you fell for it. But if that's how people want to die now, bro, I'm telling you, ladies or whoever, I think this lady's in the chat. I just saw somebody who said Texas. I think I know who it is. All Bev's in the house. No, Ashley. They're starved old cuck. See, and Lost, I like when Lost comes in because he's honest. But see, Lost doesn't take sides. Lost will tell you, these guys are starving. Like, they really are. And let me tell you, and I'll be the first one always to be fucking upfront and honest. Lost has corrected me in many things in the Colombia, things that I thought was going to go in a certain direction. He goes, mira, hombre, listen, you got to be careful with this and this and this. And the way you're thinking, I understand. He has actually been a good friend, and he has tried to correct it. And slowly, as men, we don't want to admit that maybe there is a problem. But I always tell Lost, I say, hey, thank you for the feedback. See, and I'll take from it what I can, and then I go and I do, and I implement it. And let me tell you, and me and Lost have talked about this. If they're starving, all right, then go eat. The thing is how much they drag people down, especially the females. And the females are not too innocent. A lot of them are. A lot of them are not. The problem is then you wonder why now they pass a law in the Philippines that you can't fucking record unless you have permission. Why a lot of these videos that are going through, a lot of what these guys are doing, they're setting themselves up for failure. They're doing videos disrespecting the culture, disrespecting the country. Then they go into the country and think, hey, I can do whatever the fuck I want. You can't. A lot of these guys went over there expecting champagne wishes and caviar dreams. And when they got shit on, it's because they allowed this. Why is it that now I'm not saying that it won't happen to me? Okay. Why is it that when I go to the Philippines, I never have a fucking issue? People respect. Everyone's like, oh, because you're the bank. No, it's because you have to know a level of respect to treat a Filipino or the culture and be and embed yourself. Most of these guys that live in IT Park, and hey, listen, I've lived there, but I don't stay there. That's where I start. They go, they live in IT Park, they live in very extravagant. Listen, if you worked all 30, 40 years of your life and you want to pay 35,000, 45,000 pesos a month in a nice high rise, hey, listen, then do you. But you don't get out there. You see what I'm saying? You don't know the culture. You know Mango Square, you know the whole area of Mango, but you don't do nothing. And the only time you travel is when you meet a young lady, and when you travel, she says, I've never been there, and you fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. I've never been there. Oh, no, she's probably haven't been there with you, but she's been there with 13 other fucking foreigners, but you guys fall for it. Now, if you want a young lady that says, hey, she's going to keep me company, she's going to most likely make sure that I don't get ripped off, then that's fine. But when the fairy tale is all done and now you're drinking Red Horse and not champagne, and now you're not eating caviar, you're eating fucking Nunan fucking or dry fish, and you're sitting in a little fucking nipper hut wondering where the fuck all your money went, then do not blame the girl. You know what I mean? A lot of and let me tell you, I talked to Lost. There's only one reason I'm going back to the Philippines, and that's to pay my respect to someone, and then I'm leaving. Yeah, am I going to stay 30, 60 days, maybe 90 days? Yeah, but I'm also going to be going to Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. I'm going to go to Laos. I'm going to go down to, Japan. I'm going to go to Korea, like South Korea. I'm going to try to travel all those areas. Lost has given me some ideas about parties that they have there in certain times of the year. You go on an island. There's a lot to adventure. Now, listen, I am not like every other 50-year-old guy. I have plenty of stamina. I'm not that old. Yeah, I was on the heavy side. I'm still on the heavy side. I've lost about 115 pounds. I'm getting my shit together slowly. I could even when I was overweight, I was still out there running around freaking not partying and walking and 10 kilometers here, 15 there. I was even told to slow the hell down. There's so much to do and enjoy. Why would you leave one country to go shit on another country and be fucking miserable? Think about it, man. You work 40 years of your life. You spend 99% of your time on fucking YouTube telling everybody about how much you pay a month. Is that really retirement? When was the last time you actually sat under a fucking palm tree over there or any country and sat on a fucking chair and just actually relaxed, man? Lost told me once, we were sitting down drinking a few drinks over in La Setenta over in Medellin. And he says, Nico, there's a difference between living and living. And I'm like, it's the same fucking thing. Of course, I'm thinking he's having a couple of drinks too much. No, that Lost was not. I'd never seen Lost drunk. He's never seen me drunk. We don't get drunk. We're fucking men. We fucking drink until we get a good buzz and we're done. He says there's a difference. When you go, some people just live. They live in that little circle, and that's how they live. And there's another way of living. Is actually living. Go out there. Now, if you're handicapped, if you're not handicapped, I'm handy-capable. That means I have certain things that restrict me from doing certain things. Like I can't go on certain rides. Okay, let me just be clear what I can and cannot do. I can't go on certain rides. I can't go on roller coasters because of my equilibrium is really off. I can actually do myself more harm than good. Can I get on a Ferris wheel? Yes. Can I get on anything? I can't get anything that spins really. Can I get on the log ride, which is the the thing that goes up and you're in a log, or log, and it goes down the slide in the water. Yeah, I can get in stuff like that. So if I go to the Philippines, if I go to Asia, I can go. I was talking to Lost about there's a certain time in Thailand that you can shoot. You get a water gun. You're always all out in the street. I can do stuff like that, but I would love to live more, but I can't because of my restrictions medically. Now, can I walk 15, 20, 30 fucking kilometers? Of course I can. And I mean, let's do miles. Can I walk 8 to 10 miles? Of course I can still do that. Should I be safer? Yeah. Should I be more careful? Of course I am. But my point is that a lot of these people, they sit in a room, and every retirement, from what I was told, everybody retires different. But I did not live to be 60 or 70 years old, so I can be sitting in a room, and yeah, that's their retirement. But what kind of life is that? So imagine the life they must have lived here to get that superiority complex and go somewhere else in another country and shit on other fucking cultures. This is why I always, before I go, like I got a doctor's appointment, like I said, on this Wednesday. On this Wednesday, I will have at least 90 to 95% assurance I know exactly what month I'll be leaving after this appointment. When I'm coming back, my family knows I come back when somebody terribly needs me because it's a medical emergency. That's it. I'm leaving them funds, emergency situations, paperwork, linked to me, everything. I'm out of here, man, and I want to live, man. Listen, there was a guy today in the gym. He's 67, 67. I guess that he was 71 or 72. He's 67, and he started going to the gym. His name is Don. D as in dog, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy. So I said, hey, and he's like, hey, I see you in here. Wow, you've lost a lot of weight. I said, well, I mean, I'm still trying to catch up. I still got a little bit of the belly, I'm working on that. And he goes, well, it's a lot better than what's going on with me. And of course, he doesn't, you can tell because he walks around. I've seen him for a couple of months, but he's not one, he's older. Nobody really talks to the older, I don't know why, but they should. So he said to me, oh, you don't even understand what happened to me. I just finished getting a bypass a couple of months ago, and my doctor says you got to start, doing better. This is not healthy for you. He says I should be dead. That's exactly what he said. He said I should be dead, and I said, I'm glad we're having this discussion because I'm thinking of going back to Asia, taking a little trip into South America again. He goes, you should do it. He goes, I'm going to tell you, I can't fly. I worked 35 years of my life and spent 40 of them doing drugs and alcohol. He goes, I tried to be the best father I could. I never dragged my family into it. And he said, if I was able to do it all again, he goes, I wouldn't have wasted all my life working and not enjoying. You have the ability to do this, and you should do it. And I'm going to tell this to everybody, even in the chat. If you care to listen, if you don't know, or if you're already doing it, that's fine. Live, man. Don't worry what other people think of you. Don't worry how thirsty people want information from you. If you got to work, you got to work to survive, And I'm talking to the people that are over here. And I also talk to the people that might be listening to me in Asia or in South America, because I do have, believe it or not, there are some English-speaking people in Colombia that I know that watch my show. I will tell you, you have to work to survive. But surviving isn't always just working. Even if you just took 2 days off and enjoyed, don't let life control the fact that you can't even live, Because I'm going to tell you, and everyone's like, that makes no sense. It does. Because you start finding reasons. Well, I got to work 50 hours a week, and then I got to spend time with my children, and then I got to go to the school. Trust me, there is some time that you can spend either with your children, either with your partner, or either even just by yourself. Okay? There is time that you can spend and relax. Because I'm going to tell you, man, when I returned to Asia, I was talking to Big E. He's like, Nico, he was giving me some feedback of vloggers out there. And I wish all these vloggers and stuff, the only reason I do these shows is so that way in the future, okay, my kids can look back at them. You know, my kids can go and look back at them and say, hey, that's my dad or that's my grandpa. That's the reason I do it. Now, sorry, I'm drinking coffee. So I'm not in it for like the glory and the subscriptions. Now, if people come in and watch, then, you know, listen, God bless them. God bless them. Thank you. There might have been something in there that you might have caught. You didn't like the whole show. You left. If you want to give me the thumbs up, guys, or the thumbs down, feel free. I'm going to be doing more shows. I do it because I enjoy it. And you know what? It's a good venting point for me. When I talk and I'll see Loss, and Loss is like, hey, Nico, you're doing good. Or, hey, you're kind of doing shitty. Or Bev, or Ashley. Ashley tells me, hey, Nico, you're doing all right. Hey, thank you for this. Hey, Denise. Denise tells me, and Denise is like the young lady that you guys see with the scooter, you know, because of her condition. She tells me all the time. She goes, you know, you don't find a lot of guys like you. And I'm not tooting my horn, guys. It's just I stay fucking consistent. There's nobody that can come into fucking YouTube or social media unless they're lying. Nobody can come in there and say, Nico's this, Nico treated me like that, he treated me like shit. Nobody can fucking say, well, they can if they're lying. But the reason I'm like this is because I'm consistent. Now, you may not like me, you may not respect me, but you don't know nothing about me, so you're not going to get the respect from me if you didn't earn it. And I care less if you don't like me, and I care less if you don't respect me. I don't give a flying fuck, because I don't thirst for attention. I don't thirst for subscriptions. I don't thirst for anything. Now, have people said, hey, Nico, I want to help you with something? I'll be like, hell yeah, well, thank you very much. Everything you do help me with actually goes into the show. Big E, he helped me with the microphone. Like, my point is that when I do come in and do the shows, I have a great time. I talk, I vent, I relax with you all, and then I move on. Then I go into this thing called reality. This, you know, my life is a real life out here. I have responsibilities. I have children. I mean, even though they're grown, one lives here still. Again, I take care of my mom the best I can. I try to, you know, be there for my children the best I can. If they talk to me, great. If they don't talk to me, they're having their own lives that they're living. I spend time with my granddaughter. You see, once I'm gone from here, once I go to another country, then I start living and relaxing, like a different kind of life, my relaxation. But while I'm here, I'm consistent, man. If you took the time out to meet me in person, that's great. And if you didn't, you're going to guess and guess and guess and think about what you think about who I am, but you don't know nothing about me. And that is the way it should be. Let people talk. Let people say whatever they want. You guys go out there, man. Have a good time. Go out to these countries. Explore, man. Enjoy. Because I'm going to tell you, there's going to get a point in your life. Maybe some of you guys don't care, and that's fine. But I'm talking to the people that do care. You're going to be spending your life worrying about everybody else's shoes, where they sit, where they stand, why he walked on shit, why did he clean his shoes, and not giving enough shit about your own life. Then it's going to pass you by. Trust me, none of these people will ever give join the heavy sidecar. Hell yeah, Shivy. I'm sorry, I was talking. I was actually looking out there and I wasn't paying attention. Hell yeah, Shivy's in the house. When was the last time you sat under a palm tree and pretended you were in the Philippines? Mike Ross, I think the time that I left Hawaii. When I left Hawaii, I didn't want everybody to know that I was in that I was still in Hawaii, you know. Nah, you saw me drunk, mofo. Don't lie. All right, listen, since he did say that, he wasn't drunk, but boy, we were pretty fucked up. So no spinner for Nico, smart move. Mike, I'm going to tell you one thing that I learned, and I learned this and this is an honest thing that I'm going to say about Lost. Before Lost got married, before Lost got married, he told, no, he didn't tell me he told me before he got married, he says, Nico, go out there and have fun. Whether you get pussy or don't, have fun. Everything will come and will fall in its place. Make sure you do this, travel here, travel there, just do things. So I started taking his advice and I started going different places. Now, he said, when you find something that makes you comfortable, stay there. When you're tired, then leave. And that's what happens to a lot of these guys. They go over to the Philippines, or they go over to Thailand, and they go over to Vietnam, and not all, a high percentage. Then what happens is they realize, oh shit, this is not what I thought it would be. And instead of fucking leaving and finding another place, they don't do that. They're stuck in that fucking rut. And that's what Loss always told me. And to be fair, Biggie told me too. Biggie's like, don't get stuck in a rut. Go have fun, enjoy, give everything an open chance. So that's why when I go back and I paid my respects, that I want to get off of my chest and have a little more fun, I'm going to travel down there. I mean, I've been in contact with Biggie about possible places that I can stay. He's offered some ideas. My point is that the possibilities are there. They're endless. You know, I told Ashley, I said, Ashley, you should get your passport. She goes, why? I said, because you live in Texas, Ashley. So you can go right over there to Mexico. You can go to Puerto Rico. You don't need a passport for that. But you can go over to Santo Domingo. You can go to all these places. This woman, listen, you guys don't know her, so I can tell you. I asked her after she was going for a divorce, she gave that man her heart and her soul. I said, well, take the rest of the money and get your stuff. She goes, what money? And I said, wait. You've been with this motherfucker for 10 years. Both of you have been working. He makes really good money. You make decent money. Both of you are sharing expenses. Your son lives with you, so you're all sharing expenses. And you don't have no fucking money? She goes, no, because I ended up doing, she did everything for him. She got him a loan. She has to pay the loan. And again, I'm not going to tell you any more of a business that I already have, but you guys get the idea. Now she's like, I'm almost done, and now I can. See, this is what happens. They all get lost in giving and not caring enough about themselves. Let me tell you something. Do I feed some of the children in the Philippines? You got to do it respectively, because if you do it the wrong way, you're offending the parents. If you don't think that is true, ask a Filipina and ask her, can you feed the kids? And she's going to say, Nico, just buy something. Don't take them out to eat. Like, let's go to the barbecue. She goes, no, trust me. Many Filipinos tell me the same things. They all talk to me. They're like, be careful how you do this. Be careful how you do that. You're not Filipino. It could be taken a different way. The point to all this, again, is embed yourself. Enjoy you. Most of these guys would actually enjoy themselves more if they actually went out and did fucking something besides sitting in the fucking on a couch or sitting in a room behind a goddamn laptop. And again, that's how you want it, then do it. But those are the same ones that are trying to tell you how to live. They're the same ones that are telling you how you should and should not live and why you shouldn't be there. And they know more than you. They don't know nothing, man. They know nothing more than you. Believe me, they don't. So I appreciate you all coming in. Like Mike Ross, Lost, Ashley's in there. You got Flying Circus. Let me tell you, man, when I start doing shows, now today I'm going to be looking at videos of how to use my phone, how to mirror myself. So you guys, because somebody says, hey, I'd like to see your fucking face once in a while. I said, man, you know how hard it is to look this fucking beautiful every day? It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to look this fucking beautiful, man. Oh, and you got Shivy. I forgot Shivy. I didn't forget. I should have said Shivy as well. I got to tell you, man, I don't want my life to passing by. I have more years now behind me than I do in front of me. How many more birthdays? I don't know. How many more summers and winters and Christmases? I don't know. But I do know I'm going to enjoy every single one. And when it's time, I'm going to come back here and then I'm going to settle down and then be around for my grandchildren. I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something that I never thought I'd ever say. And this is, I'm not erasing this show. I'm going to keep the show, and people may like what I talk about. People may not. I don't care. I love those grandchildren, man. I love my grandchildren. I love that little girl, man. That little girl brings life out of me where I thought I'd never, I always said, I'm raising mine. I'll never raise another. Of course, I'm not going to raise her, but it's so much fun being around the little girl. That little girl, those children, man, it's awesome, man. It's a good friggin' feeling, and then you see how your daughter or how your children, take care of their kids. And you're like, I hope it was something that I helped her learn, in helping her help raise her. Because I didn't do it alone. I did not do it alone. I might have had them since they were 3 and 5. And now they're 21 and 24, 23. soon to be 24. Uh, I always say I play a part, and I did well. I think I did good, man. I think I did really good. I try to be a good son. I wasn't always a good son. I wasn't always a good person, and I think I'm good. Now it's my time to go out there and just enjoy and relax. Travel, sit down, stay in some place for 3 or 4 months. Whatever I'm allowed to stay. I think Thailand allows you 90 days. I think Vietnam, no, Vietnam allows you 90 days. Thailand allows you 60 days. Then you got to go to Malaysia. Then I can always bounce back to the Philippines. I got a carry on and a backpack. That's all I need. I can leave my suitcase. I can leave my suitcase at Maria's house. She's like we're as long as I can. For as long as she allows it, I'll always be her friend. So she's like, you can leave the stuff here. Your stuff is safe here. She's got a nice little place now, and more up to date, more modern, and more spacious. And she's like, I got plenty of space to keep your suitcase. Trust me, and it's safe. So me, and then when I get tired of Asia, then I'll go to South America. To me, that's the biggest thing, man. To me, that's the biggest thing, is enjoy yourself. Don't worry again about who talks about you. Nobody knows you. Nobody will care. Nobody will remember you. When you click off, you're only as important as how much people talk about you. If they talk about you in a positive way, people are going to remember you. They're going to be like, hey, I just heard about Nico, da-da-da-da, or I lost, or, Shivy, or, Mike Ross, Beverly, and all. Great. If you're talked about negatively and these people are so fucking lonely and bored, then of course they're going to blow up because they want the drama. They want everything. But again, don't talk about them. They'll all die off, man. Look, most of these guys are already washed up. They're already gone, man. And I'm still living, man. We're still having a good time. I'm still doing videos. I'm still enjoying myself with my grandchildren. I'm still out there hanging out with my mother. I'm still working on trying to move. Like, see what I'm saying? It still doesn't stop. Real life doesn't stop. Social media is just a branch for venting. If you're done the right way, it's a healthy thing. But a high percentage is done the wrong way. Guaranteed, it's done the wrong way. And I can tell you right now, it's done so shitty that a lot of people don't even. It's like not even worth watching social media because of how much, how bad it's gotten. Me, nobody will ever affect me. It doesn't bother me, man. It doesn't. If they try it, they'll just waste it. It's gonna hit a concrete wall or a steel wall. It's not gonna bother me. So I'm looking forward to returning. I hope you guys enjoy the next this is gonna be a new one coming, man. This is definitely a new one coming. I got a couple of videos up. I talked to Flying Circus. I talked to Big E. I talked to my kids, and I got a video coming up. I invested. It took me 2 months to save a little bit. I invested in a new toy, and let the vlogging begin. You're gonna start seeing a lot of new content coming out, and I do have in my computer. I do have editing software, good editing software, really good one. I just don't use it. I use the one off my phone. But you guys are gonna start seeing, it's not gonna be all professional shit. It's just gonna be me saying, "Hey, check it out." But then again, I'm gonna enjoy. I'm just not gonna be showing videos and not enjoying. I'm gonna friggin' enjoy. So I thank you very much for coming in. Honestly, God bless. For those that are watching in the back, thank you for coming in. For those that have commented, thank you for commenting. Guys, don't forget, if you care to leave a thumbs up, feel free. If you leave a thumbs down, that means you didn't like. At least let me know what you didn't like about it. If it's me you don't like, well, fuck it. That's too much for you to handle. That's your problem because I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. And I wanted to update something. Somebody that I've been asked this 2 or 3 times by different people. I think... what was his name? Hold on. Rocky. Rocky had asked me. He says, "Hey, do you know anything about what's going on with Bama?" And I said, "No, I do not know. I know he's trying to get home, The last I heard from Bama was a while ago, but he said, hey, it's going to be a process, but I am able to go home. I have to do this, this, and this. I have to do some time. I'm talking to my lawyer. Excuse me. I'm talking to my lawyer. It's harder because I'm alone here. I don't have any family here. So it's a little harder. But when people least expect it, I'm going to be home. And that's the only thing I know about Bama. He doesn't text me. He doesn't write to me. He has like 3 or 4 months ago. The last time I heard from him was 3, 4. What are we in? Hold on. What are we in? We're in August. Let's see. Sorry, January, February, March. I think it was around March. I heard from Bama. That's the last thing I heard about Bama. That's the last thing he just, hey, what's going on, Nico? Thank you for, because I always say, hey, hope you're doing well. I don't know if he has access to, I don't know nothing. So he sent me a message. He says he's well. He's just trying to get his shit together the best, quickest way he can, to please them at the same time to go home. So I said, I hope when you make it home, you, clean your shit up, bro. Have fun, but, be careful who the fuck you trust, because the same people that are now saying Bama, 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 were the same people saying go Bama, go, go Bama, go. This is why my circle is small, and this is why a lot of people, they say maybe Nico's not married or has a girlfriend, because it's not because I can't have one. It's because I'm honest to myself. If someone doesn't meet the same energy as me, okay, and someone doesn't act normal, just be normal. Same with friends. If they act a little too much and they're trying to please and they're trying to, be the honcho, I don't want nothing to do with them. This is why when I hung out with Big E, I had a really good time. We're two different people, but we have a great time. Why? Because he doesn't throw it on me. When I hung out with Lost, we had a friggin' phenomenal time. And we got semi-hammered and we had good. And look, you know what I did? Made sure he got home safely. Made sure, he didn't get into any trouble. He made sure that, see, normalcy. It's not like, hey, let's go do this and let's go two people being morons online. And then the toxicity becomes bigger. And now you blame your friend why you're a shitbag. You're a shitbag because you don't know how to be consistent. You're a shitbag because you're too busy pretending to be something that you're not. You're a shitbag because you're too busy trying to glorify yourself and not being who you are. Let me tell you something. If a woman doesn't care about me for who I am, how I am, and what I look like or anything, then I don't need to be around her. Vice versa. If I don't like it, same thing. But I'm not gonna pretend to be something that I'm not. So go out there, have a good time, be consistent with yourself, and be honest to people. Be respectful, but be honest. And I hope you guys enjoy what's coming. I was going to go down to Hudson Beach today to fly the drone. That's what I ended up investing in. And it's going to rain. And you guys can't tell because on this side, I could get away with it, but I don't need to deal with the headache. I want the skies to stay blue. On the left, from this house over, I don't want to move the camera. From this house, that house over, the clouds are starting to turn really black. Now, is it coming my way? They're black on the right. The center looks real pretty, so you can still feel some drops. See, I can feel the drops right now. So I didn't want to fly it, but I'm going to be stepping up my game. I'll be stepping up my game because I want to. Not because I'm trying to get everybody to come over and give me 1 million fucking views. That's just not me. If I can play a part and be that, be that cheerleader for somebody that really wants to do that, that's awesome. But I just want to tell people that if I can do it at my age and after the hard life that I have had, and I have surpassed, and I have accomplished a lot in my life. And one of my biggest accomplishments is trying to be the best father that I could be. I wasn't always fucking good, and I wasn't always perfect. But I can tell you that my kids will always know that I love them, and they know. Anything else is secondary, man. It's secondary. I surround myself now with at least pretty good people. I feel they're good, and if those that don't like me, that's fine. So Ashley, thank you for coming in. Shivy, thank you for coming in. Mike Ross, Lost, thank you for coming in. Flying Circus, thank you for coming in. and I have another friend that she has stayed quiet, which is okay, and nobody's obligated to talk. Shasta, thank you for coming in and at least enjoying this conversation. Some conversations can be all over the place, Shasta. Uh, I'm learning. I've never been that articulate kind of person to stay in one zone. I'm usually an all over the zone kind of guy. But thank you for coming in and at least and seeing what I do, kind of thing. You know, this is not the only thing I do. Trust me. I'm a dad. I'm a neighbor. I'm a son. I, I'm a slave to the sun. SUN, not SON. I'm a slave to the sun. And here's my lawn. Look at my mother's hibiscus. We're gonna end the show soon. This tree won't stop freaking sprouting. Look at this. This thing it just wants to go. Okay, it just wants to grow. This one's trying to catch up. This is the double braided hibiscus. And that one over there, it looks like it's lonely. That's a single braided hibiscus. That's the same plant, same flower, double twisted. This one is two different colors. This one is a pink and an orange. And I try to take, and of course I got to take care of my mother's little plant. Look at that one. And I got the other one right here, sitting right here. So yeah, this is a little time that I take for myself to talk to people, that I talk to, and a lot of them follow me around and they, hey, when's Nico going back? There are people that like what you do and there are people that will hate what you do. But I can tell you right now, everybody, if you're going to spend time hating what I do, then keep watching and keep hating. Because I ain't going nowhere, baby. I ain't going nowhere. You're going to, and if you hate what I do, you sure in hell are going to hate what's about to come. Trust me. But you know what? Love me or hate me, I'm not going anywhere. The only one that can take me away from anywhere is God. And none of you can even, trust me, you're closer more to the devil than you are to God, so we're good. All right, I'm going to finish my coffee. God bless you all, man. Take care. Be safe. Enjoy the last few minutes of this weather. I'm glad there was no music because I'll get flagged. I don't want to get flagged. That's another thing that I'm learning how to, I need to learn how to crop and go in and do a voiceover sometimes. Sometimes I pre-record things. And unfortunately, from what I can tell, you get flagged for everything. Some things are allowed in certain countries, some things are not. So I got to be careful how I do these things. But we got this, guys. We got this. Let me see. I'll take you to see your God, mofo. Hey, my God is ron calda with Diet Coke, with a Coke Zero. That's my God. Hell, shit, I remember when me and Lost sat down together. I think we went to like 3 bottles of ron calda. Oh my God. Me and Lost didn't even know what the hell to grab next. But you know what? We had a good conversation. I learned a lot from Lost. I had a really good time with Lost. Too bad. You know what it is? Too bad that Lost, again, it is what it is, that he lives far. But we are going to try to see if we can plan a trip so we can go like hang out, It don't have to be when I come back, or maybe he might make it to Asia when I'm out there. That was a fun day though. Let me tell you, we spent hours and hours, and I'm telling you, man, luckily Lost, his wife wasn't around, because he was, them ladies were looking at Lost like a biscuit, man. And then they were the gravy. Now, you know what? We learned a lot from each other in just a short time, and we stayed friends, And I mean, from what I can tell, his wife doesn't think I'm a bad person. I met his daughter. I gotta tell you, she didn't come on nothing looking like Lost. She looks as beautiful as his wife, and I say that respectively. So the child, his daughter just got blessed, just looking like mom, not looking like him. And I would do it all over again. I would hang out with him all over again. We had a really good time. Guys, it's not always about the drinking. Oh, no, it is. Fuck that. I'm not going to lie. I'm a responsible drunk. I don't bother anybody. I don't get into fights with nobody. When I feel a buzz, I go home. And if I get lucky with a young lady, I'm going home really happy. She'll be very, very happy. She'll be very, very happy. By breakfast, she'll be happy. Listen, if you believe everything I say in YouTube, I am like that, but not the way YouTube, not the way I do it in YouTube. You gotta meet me. You gotta meet me to know what kind of guy I am. Uh, but life is a fucking buffet for me, uh, and I will enjoy it and love it, and be blessed to be in it every single day until I can't do anything. Until the doctor says, "Bro, you can't do it anymore. You can't go nowhere. You got to stay here. You're medically grounded." Okay, then I won't do it. So again, I'm gonna keep it at the hour mark. I just noticed. I thought I said 48. Thank you all for coming again. God bless. And guys, look, if you like it, like some of these are not gonna be as long. Some of them will be a half hour, 15 minutes. I will be doing more live shows, and I'm gonna be doing mirroring, walking in certain places and mirroring my phone and out there. So enjoy. God bless, and I hope DD for the win. Peace in the Middle East, as my boy says.